Because 25 was a very revealing year for me. Very revealing. We had a bunch of wins, but I think that for me, there was a level of revealing of where I got back into the dreamer a little bit too much. Yeah, he was like, "You doing all that? What's that for? What is it going to change? What is it going to change?" He said, "Is that going to change the weather? Do we still have to caulk this house?
Come on.
Are you still going to caulk this house? What other choice you have? It's not going to caulk itself. We ain't even started and you already there." Man, I remember then it was just like, it was a mind shift. It was like, bro, just do it. Like, you just got to do it.
Dude.
As this year is upon us, I want to encourage you with this statement. I can't actually remember when I heard it, but I hope that it speaks to you. We all have our own journey, and right now you're on your journey. But I'm telling you this, who you become on your way to achieving the goal during your journey is far more important than achieving the goal itself.
Hey, thank God for another day. Hey, I know we could be another way. Hey, pray. Thank God for another day. Hey, I know we could be another way.
Yeah.
Yo, it's your girl Jessica S. Smith, and you have entered the safe space for influencers to decompress, have fun, and guess what?
Just ask.
We are super excited, and so this is the first time y'all gonna get this song in this year.
Oh my gosh.
You ready?
Oh my gosh.
Desiree.
Hey.
Desiree.
Hey.
Desiree.
Hey.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year, best friend. Oh my goodness, we made it.
Oh Jesus.
We survived.
You know, I'm just glad to be here.
Jesus, 2025 took us through.
Yeah, I don't even.
You don't even what?
I'm just glad to be here.
You're just glad to be here. Listen,
Yeah.
I am super excited to transition to this year with you, boo.
Man,
Because 2025 was amazing. We celebrated our 100th episode with Miss Tabitha Brown.
Yes, that was good.
We did some episodes with some of our favorite people like Coach D.
Yes.
And like Enrique Holmes.
Yes.
I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal things that have happened on last year.
Yeah.
But we had to start this year off right.
Oh yeah.
We had to start this year off right because, as we told you guys in the last episode, this year, 2026, is the year of the builder, okay? The demand is builder build. How you feel about that, Desiree?
So the end of the year, it's interesting because before you released that word, the Lord had just begun to showing me a little bit more about myself and kind of like the whole year I feel like I have been stretched. I have been stretched in different areas. And once you released that word, I was like, oh. And then what came from that was the revelation of what I am and what I do. I'm a builder, right? And he's connected me to visionaries to help build the visions out. Yeah. But the hard part is that what I had been used to is doing all the things. Yeah. Right? But as a builder, I'm not. Sometimes you will build and work in the vision, but sometimes you help build and structure the vision, and you have to train and teach the ones that are that's called to work the vision to work the vision. Yeah. So I think the struggle has been not wanting to do all the things when you're just used to doing all the things. Yeah. Right. So that teaching, training part of building is kind of where the Lord has me in this season, and it's very uncomfortable. Delegation is what they call it. Yeah. So it's very uncomfortable. So when you said build, it just began to make more sense of what he's called me to do, which is still helping the helper. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm excited too. I think we're here now. So we are here in a new year. Yeah. All right. And speaking of build, I think we have the perfect person to come talk to us about
building.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Because you know, the young man,
Come on.
the man of God,
Oh my.
came and ripped our necks a couple years ago.
I mean,
in his house, and now he's in
Now he
our house.
Now he in our house.
And he gonna rip us again. I already know he's
Yes.
gonna rip us again.
Yes.
We talked about the mindset last time, and I'm really
Yes.
excited to talk about the builder and what he's doing and things that have changed, y'all. This man has literally walked with us for a while now. Technically 4 years.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
If you
You know what
know,
I'm
you
saying?
know.
Technically about 4 years at least.
Yeah,
And
man.
so we're super excited to have our coach, our leader, our brother, Mr. JD Fomby. That's my dog.
Hey.
That's my dog for sure. That's my dog. That's my dog for sure.
Hey.
This
Nah, I
is
ain't
why.
gonna do it.
This is why. This is why. Coach,
What's good? What's
man,
goody?
it's been a minute.
What's goody,
I'm
man? How
so
y'all-
excited that
I'm
you're
so
here.
proud of you, dude.
Thank
Like
you.
this junk is crazy.
You like it?
Look at you.
Look
though.
at me now.
Look at.
You know that's
Nah.
my baby dad.
Hey man, listen. The man is gifted.
Yeah, he is.
But no, seriously, I'm so proud of you. Like this is, and I think this and the theme of what you're talking about, like this year and being a builder. Like if anybody could just go back to day one with you.
Yeah.
I mean, what else would
Come
you have
on.
to say? What else do you need to say?
Oh,
I mean, I ain't gonna put I got short. So, but
Y'all, we're gonna laugh
twice.
I'm
You did that
screwed.
twice.
I did it twice.
You did it twice.
I did.
You did
I
it in
did.
your own city.
And I
you
did.
flew out.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Off of just an idea. So I'm super proud of you and Desiree, man. You know, y'all my homies. Y'all been A1 since day one, man.
A1
So
since day one.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yes.
I'm really excited for what's next for you guys. You know, because if that happened,
What greater?
no, just watch my face.
Just in case
just a
you
shot.
listen to the audio,
You know,
he
just-
just he blew into the mic.
Like you, Jesus. It's like when you say Jesus, you real hard on the S's.
Listen,
Jesus.
you don't. If you don't say Jesus like that, it's not real.
No, you ain't got
It's
power.
not real.
You don't
It's
have
not-
no power.
It,
No power.
no power.
None.
We only deal with powerful people over here, and thank you so much. We appreciate that, man.
thank
It's
you.
been a minute. When you first came here,
Yeah, man.
well, we weren't here yet. We came here the same year, but we weren't here yet. Not at BGTV. Shout out to our folks,
Hey.
BGTV
At the
Studios.
This is so
Studio?
dope.
We-
Studio.
Listen, talk about building.
Yo.
I mean, the set was built, okay?
Yeah.
Listen.
The set was
in
built.
excellence.
Yeah.
And that's the
I'm
okay.
in
Let's
real
go
estate.
there. Let's
Okay.
go there.
Yeah,
Let's
this is-
just start right there.
This ain't no half step.
Because the thing about building,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're not familiar that you are a builder. What are the first steps that we need to take when we're recognizing ourselves as builders?
Well, I think the first step that you would have to take would, of course, obviously finding out what is it that you want to build. And for me, the first step has always been who is doing it well. Who is doing it well?
That's good.
Who is doing it the way that I would want to do it if I knew what I was doing?
Come on, that's so good.
And I think that in this day and age, getting it out the mud is more popular than trying to find a way to serve or sort of get around what you're trying to build.
Yeah.
And because the story of getting it out the mud and you didn't have help and you did it this way, that's the ones that's like, oh, wow, he did it by himself. But truth be told, none of us did it by ourselves. So I think the first step is finding out what you want to build and then find out who's doing it well. The second step, I would say, is then you have to ask yourself what level of emotional bandwidth are you ready for?
Let's talk about that. Give us some clarity around that because I feel like I know where we're going with that.
Boy, building, when you think about it, right, it comes with a level of structure or deconstruction. Both take hard work and breaking what you're used to.
How do you know when you're in either one, structure or deconstruction, or which way you need to go?
So I think it goes back to number one. What are you trying to build? And then when you get around who's just doing it well, then comes the level of emotional bandwidth, because you have to find out what you may have thought it takes way more. Or what you may have thought it took in the level of how you understood it is, honestly, you're not willing to sacrifice what it cost to really give yourself to build it. And I think the Bible says that, a wise man, what man first buildeth a house and does not consider the cost. And that sometimes is lost in the level of when you're trying to build. I know I've been guilty of it. I think we all have at some point, like, I'm gonna do this. But I think that everybody should try and build something, because I think building, even if it doesn't get to the level of what you wanted, if it doesn't work, it was the best teacher to what it takes now to really build it correctly.
That's good.
That is so good.
And but goes back to emotional bandwidth.
Yeah.
How do you see it? As a failure or as a lesson?
How do you test your emotional bandwidth?
Okay, get around somebody who's doing it well. You will see what it takes to maintain it. And I think the level of maintenance when you're building something, and then once you keep building and building, and when you get to a level of maintaining it, there's a level of emotional bandwidth that you have to grow to, because the maintenance sometimes is more intense than the initial build, because not only what you build, and most people want things to grow. Well, once you have a foundation, let's go. So it costs more than what it costs to start.
Yeah, come on.
And I think that's what I have learned the most about, those two lessons for sure. First, understanding what it takes to get, 3 lessons, I guess. Understanding what it takes, or having the idea and the concept of what you want to build.
Right.
Second one, getting around someone who's doing it well, or you can see yourself doing it the way that they can, or kind of like, okay, I can see myself doing it that way. And then finding a way to either learn or get around that. If you can't get around it, you can learn, okay, how they started the story, whatever, and what it would take for you. And then the last one is, which may be the most important, is really considering your emotional bandwidth, because what is it going to cost you? Like, do you have a family right now? Are you single? Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
Do they want to help you build?
Yeah.
Are they saying it's not worth what you're trying to give? So that emotional bandwidth can take a toll on sometimes the success of what you build or the failure of it.
I think that's interesting. I want to expound on the emotional bandwidth a little bit, because witnessing you, like I said, we've been knowing Coach JD for at least 4 years now. And from the man that you were to the man you are now, we can see a drastic difference as far as your bandwidth. And when it comes, but the thing about it, Coach JD, from my understanding, you can correct me if I'm wrong, like you always knew that you were a builder. You always knew that, or did you?
Absolutely not.
Why you say that?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me tell you why
Absolutely
I
not.
said that first, and then you can rebuttal me. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. So let's think about, just take one concept of you, just one part of you. I think about the fitness coach.
Okay.
So you had a gym, right? You built that yourself. You had clients, right? And once you got married, that the building of that kind of like went down, almost like went away.
Put it on the shelf.
Put it on the shelf. Now we're dusting off the shelf, and now we got a minute.
Got a minute fitness.
So
real quick. Got a minute?
Yeah, got a minute. You know what I'm saying? And so that you've made it, and I'll touch on this real quick. Got a minute. I went and looked at the website. Not only did you take it off the shelf, but the Lord has blessed you so much that I can see your heart beyond just the formality of payment. I can see that you're really trying to help people and reach people where they are. So it's affordable, right?
Sure.
You have products to match what you're doing.
100%.
So it's it's packaged in a one-stop shop type of thing. And so I want to say congratulations, and I'm proud of you. But that's why I say that in my mind, you've always had the concept that you were a builder.
Yeah, well, okay, I can meet you halfway.
Okay.
I'll meet you halfway.
Big.
Because for me, the concept always starts in my mind. I would say I'm a builder 50%, but I'm a dreamer the other 50%.
What? Okay, we getting somewhere now.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Oh man, I think for me, it always starts with the dreamer. Sometimes to my own detriment. I may spend too much time dreaming when I should be building something. But I think that it starts with the dream because I don't put any limits on God, and I see the world in such a wide space. Like I feel like there's so many possibilities that you can do. So the first thing I always start with is, I believe I can do anything. And I really truly believe that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I think that it always starts with that. So I believe heavily in that. The other part of the 50% builder is that I was always attached, I think Desiree said it earlier, to visionaries. My upbringing was, I've seen my pops build everything. He's in real estate. I'm now in real estate. All of my family pretty much is, all my brothers in real estate.
Yeah.
So we have literally built even sometimes when we didn't want to. So the know-how kind of stuck with us and what it takes in the process of building. So I think that I can speak to, 50% of that is a level of what, I naturally just kind of came up with as far as how I was raised. But I think the most interesting thing is even to speak to, the new fitness thing now that I'm getting back into, because most people don't know I have actually, a bachelor's degree from UAB in fitness.
Go Blazers.
That's where I met Desiree.
Yeah.
Long story short.
Go Blazers.
Me and Desi go back like 2008, cuz. But it was in that time, like, I think that now what I have learned about myself from all the way back then to now coming back and building it this way is that everything that you want to build is going to take a level of time. So for me, I had to learn how to not be, that's why you're like, you've always been a builder. A lot of times, sometimes I was too busy dreaming when I should have been building. And I think sometimes it's easier to dream, which is why a lot of people talk about what they're going to do versus actually doing it, because it's much easier to just put a dream out there. It's easier to share that dream with someone than to actually get in the work of it, because the work of it becomes mundane. It becomes routine. It becomes sometimes like exasperating in the level of effort. And it takes a special person to commit to the everyday. That's why, throw it back to you, shout out to you. Because in these 3 years, that people see this now, but the level of consistency to build something, it can weigh on you. Yeah. So I think that for me, there's a healthy level now of balance that I understand. Going into this year, my motto literally is 3 words.
What?
Do the work.
Do the work.
That's good.
That's it.
I got a quick question, Coach.
Yeah.
So we've used a couple of terms. We've used builder. You used the term dreamer, but we've also used the word visionary, right?
Yes.
So is there a difference between being a dreamer and a visionary?
That's good. That's right.
Ooh, that's so good.
That's good.
That's very good. I would say yes, because a dreamer, to me, can switch anytime they kind of like they want to. They kind of can float. Like depending on the level of your discipline, it can get very murky being a dreamer. Right? The Bible doesn't say without the dream the people perish.
That's so good.
Okay, come on. Help the people. Meet the people.
Yeah.
He said without the vision, the people perish. Why? Because a dream sometimes goes like this, it comes in this way, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But a vision has to be.
Come on.
Because when it gets time for
And
the emotional.
he did the writing symbol. You got to remember the audio.
Yeah. Oh, there's an audio. My bad. Yeah. So there's I did it last time. I was like, they can't see me.
We was like, yeah, no, they can't
He's
see
like,
you.
oh, but they can't.
I was like, that was so funny to me.
I was really heavy on the audio last time. But to speak to that, being only a dreamer, and how do I know? Because, like I said, I'm 50% dreamer and then 50% builder. I had to sometimes admit that I can be a visionary, but the level of my execution sometimes disqualifies me from being a visionary.
Come on.
And I'm okay with that because I know the truth of it now. And the truth is, I am a dreamer. And it's okay if you're a dreamer. But you have to understand that your dream may be the execution of a visionary. And if your dream is execution of a visionary, it doesn't make you any less than a visionary because you're a dreamer.
That's so good.
But you have to, the only reason I said, back to your point, Desiree, it gets murky being a dreamer is because it's fun.
It's
It's fun to dream.
It is fun to dream.
It's so fun to dream.
It is.
So fun to come up with what could be, what could happen. But visionaries are very intentful.
Yeah.
Because I'm not dreaming, I'm executing what I wrote down. And so I feel like the difference between a visionary and a dreamer is that the dreamer can take a vision and enhance it, but they can't sometimes take the level of their own dream or the dream and actually see it to fruition without a visionary.
So would you say that a dreamer and a visionary need each other?
100%. I'll tell you, my wife and
I was about to say that's the
Yeah.
perfect example
That's
out of
exactly what I
Fomby.
thought, yes.
Shout out to
My
you,
wife,
Coach.
yes.
We love you.
Shout out to my wife, Coach D Fomby, Dr. D
Dr.
Fomby,
D.
wife
Fomby.
D Fomby, Mama D Fomby. Like, bro, I told her
Text
I was
Lady
on the phone.
D.
Bro,
Fomby.
you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what is it? I told her the other day, I was like, bro, you saving cats, dogs, frogs, like universe, bro. Like, she would be an Avenger if it's possible. She is an Avenger.
She is different.
She's definitely different.
She is one of a kind.
But she is a visionary.
Yeah.
And I'm a dreamer. And I think that's why it works. But there's a healthy level of balance that we give each other. And then there's a healthy level of balance that we have learned about each other over these last, 4 or 5 years we've been together. And I think that was probably the level of the definition of how I found out the difference between a visionary and a dreamer.
Yeah.
Being married with her because, married to her because I saw the different levels of how she moved, and then the level of how I could think of something. She'd be like, oh yeah, let's do that. And it would just keep enhancing. Thus, the link, go to the link, bham.com.
Period.
Nice plug. Go ahead and check that out. All right. So, it started with just needing an office space. And she just needed an office space. And when we walked in this spot, well, somebody's like, oh, well, there's a building over here. So we went and looked at the building. It's like, oh, we could put the office right here. Oh, we could do this. Oh, we could do that. Oh, we could do this. Oh, we could. Hey, babe, what if we, so because I'm 50% builder already, she's already like full visionary / builder / everything. So it was just like, we both understood what it took in process. But, and I'll say this about if you're a dreamer, it can be frustrating because sometimes the level of patience it takes to execute a vision it doesn't allow you to dream as long as you would like to.
That I was just thinking, I wonder if you ever became intimidated by the level of vision of her. When you pointing at me,
100%.
can you tell me what does that look like? Because this is not a business partner. This is not your friend.
Bruh.
This is the lady that you go to bed with at night. This is the lady that you call your wife.
That's wifey, bro.
That's wife. Like
That's whole wife.
to death do us part.
WHOLE. Whole wife.
The whole.
I think it was at first because Well, actually, at first, no, it wasn't, because it wasn't like we just was happy. We was just with each other. You know, it wasn't no pressure. It was just like we was in just in love and living life.
Yeah.
I think as I began to know more of how she moved, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Then I was like, whoa. Then I was like, Jesus. But it was more
because some
so,
people got social media busy,
Bro.
but she be busy.
Like, for real.
Like,
Yo.
this ain't no
I
joke.
at all. Like, as we speak right now in 2026, she's booked. She's booked right now.
She might not even get to
guarantee.
watch this.
Bro, who knows?
She'll be playing
She'll see this in
this.
27.
I'm about to say, she'll play this. And be like, ha ha. I know everything
Right.
you said, but I'm sitting here doing your folks text.
And okay, so there you go. That's a great example. So that's one reason that I was I almost felt level of intimidation to a certain degree, because I was like, you can't really be doing that and still listening to me and still, like, there's no way. Like,
Yeah.
But you done executed a whole like website while you talk to me, and you were engaged with me. Why you do that?
Not normal.
Not normal. So it was intimidating to a certain degree, because I was like, wow, she is really, she's really something.
Yeah.
But then I had to learn to not let, and this is something that you guys should definitely like take in. If you're around a visionary, they're not going to be like you. And if you're a dreamer, they're not going to be like you. But you can't allow the differences to become places of where the enemy can call tools.
That's so good.
Can cause like tools and use it for spaces of division. And I think that you have to be understanding of whatever that person is. Like, however you two guys work in synergy is why it works. You know? And I think that that's something that you have to understand at a level that when you start something, you're able to execute it in a way to where even if it gets a little trepidous, I'm not too worried about it, because I know the other half of how I think, that's a full half over there. And maybe the other half of how they think, I'm a full way of thinking over here. And it just helped. Like I said, we're both builders. Back to the point of like building, it was a level of just understanding that building takes time, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Speaking to fitness, people don't know I was 230 pounds.
Yeah,
which
you were kind of.
I was chubby,
You
bro.
kind of.
I looked full, but I was hungry. That's crazy. You ain't never seen nobody like that? They look full. Why
But
you
were
ordering?
You were always eating, bro.
Bruh, always eating. But so it took time for me to cut back down to what I am now.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, you couldn't have convinced me it was possible at the time, because I had totally left fitness and I was in sales and marketing and living in Memphis and Atlanta and all this other stuff. So for me, that was a great lesson in just consistency every day. Consistency every day.
Yeah.
Consistency every day, which is why my motto this year is do the work.
Yeah.
Because 25 was a very revealing year for me. Very revealing. We had a bunch of wins, but I think that for me, there was a level of revealing of where I got back into the dreamer a little bit too much, in a level to where I had already built. So now I get to go back and dream.
Yeah, because the dreamer is. It sounds like to me that you're saying the dreamer's bandwidth. You have to train the dreamer to stretch the bandwidth.
Well, actually, depending on the level of, I would say almost in reverse. You have to condense the bandwidth of a dreamer.
Okay.
Because anything's possible.
Anything.
Anything is possible
Yeah.
with a dreamer.
So dreamer needs boundaries.
That's why they have a lot of them need a visionary, because they're not going to write it. They don't have, because the next day it may be something else.
So Desiree, what? Okay, we in this conversation. I'm gonna bring her in this.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like, based on what he just said, that Jessica is a what?
A dreamer.
I'm a dreamer.
I would say you're a dreamer and a visionary.
Baby, I'm a dreamer.
It's like you're two.
What song is that?
A dreamer and a visionary.
It's Kim.
And a builder.
That's Kim. That is Kim.
So you would put me in the space of a dreamer and a builder.
I would say it's kind of interesting. I think you're a little bit of all three.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because it's like I hear, because Desiree she's my boundary person.
So here's the thing. There's no definitive way that we're born.
Yeah.
So I was, love you, Pops. I was forced to be a builder. Okay?
Shout out to
Child labor laws were not in effect when I was born in the 1900s.
But you're using those skills today.
Right.
Okay.
But it taught me a discipline of just follow through and focus that did not care about nothing. Like, and that's usually what comes with building. Like, it's going to be monotonous. It's going to be mundane. You may have to take it down and start again. But to give it up, it doesn't make sense because of the external circumstances.
Yeah.
I remember one time, and I hope my pop see this because it's funny.
We're going to send it to him.
Man, I was so cold. I thought my dad was half insane. I said, this man's insane. Nobody would be out here in these levels of weather. And I meant to say these levels, okay, of weather. All incorrect grammar. Because that's how I felt.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, what is going? And I remember I kept like just, shivering, and we had to like caulk a house. We were building a house. We had to caulk a house. Man, and it was so cold. And the house was so big. I don't know if y'all can just fathom in your mind, like look at a house and then imagine caulking.
What is caulking?
So caulk is the little caulk gun,
the white stuff that you put in the corners, like the crevices,
to close the seams of something. Okay. You know that little white strip you may see right there? That's usually like a tube. It's called caulk. C-A-U-L-K. Okay. It comes this little gun, and you spray it in there. Then they normally wipe it down, right?
Right.
A house.
The whole house.
The whole house.
W-H-O-L-E.
The whole thing.
And I was so mad, bro. I was seething. I was so mad, and he could tell like my attitude was gone. And I was just like, man, I'm up there. And he just was like, my dad's very, very strict. Like he's military. He was old military. He was very, straight to the point. And I remember he just like chewed me out. He was like, you doing all that? What's that for? What is it going to change? What is it going to change? He said, is that going to change the weather? Do we still have to caulk this house?
Come on.
Are you still going to caulk this house? What other choice you have? It's not going to caulk itself. We ain't even started and you already there. Man, I remember then it was just like, it was a mind shift. It was like, bro, just do it. You just got to do it.
Do the work.
You just got to do the work.
Yeah.
But my hands end up getting like raw from like just doing. But I remember the lesson in that. And I think that was a major lesson that definitely one of the major lessons, Jesus, that helped define that I did understand that building takes time. And I wasn't afraid to do the work in the level of what was necessary to build something. Yeah. But that's how I was brought up. But I told you that I'm a dreamer. Right. Because while I'm up there, I'm thinking about other things. I'm thinking about, man, one day I could do this or one day I could do that, And so I think that to speak to what Desiree said, you may be a combination of all three. I think the trick that it would have to be for you is to know what season you're in.
I was just going to say that.
To make sure that you're not wasting time or you're repeating cycles.
That's so
good. That's what 25 did for me. 26 would have been a repeated cycle if I would have kept falling down the dreamer hole.
That's right? So good.
But I'm a visionary too, to a certain degree, but my wife is so freaking strong in her vision and our goals align. I think that's the great thing about being able to offload the level of having to be all three. Yeah. Because if I have to be all three, then I'm usually 33%, 33%, 33%. So dreamer only gets 33%. Builder only gets 33%. Visionary only gets 33%. But if you're 50% dreamer, 50% builder, and then you got 100% visionary, oh man, you at 100%. I'm at one. Yeah. I'm at 200%. Yeah. So I think that understanding that. What you about to say?
I was going to say what I'm thinking about is why it's so important to who you're connected to. Like why like, you know, being married to the right person matters,
Right.
why being in the right business ships matter, because I'm just thinking about like the dynamics of you guys. I'm thinking about the dynamics of me and Jess, even the dynamics of me and my guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Her man.
it's so dope because
Yeah.
if I'm honest, I dream a little bit. But as I'm sitting here and just kind of thinking, like, I think I've been afraid to dream and be a visionary because of the level of responsibility. Like, I was telling somebody today, literally, she's like, so have you written down your dreams? I hardly ever do goals for the year.
I'm doing that now.
I hardly ever do goals for the year. I just go into the year and I just do the thing because I'm a builder. Like, I just do the things that comes up that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And so as I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's we're able to do and be who God has called us to be fully when we're connected to the right people. When
Yeah.
we trust them
Yes.
with their part of the plan too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's so cool because I think who you are is already there, but now who you're connected to, it's really pulling it out and really enhancing it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so good.
That's another thing I think that I found out about myself that I had to be okay with, is that I wasn't going to always be the full visionary.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that now. I haven't always been okay with that because sometimes it left, like, a strong visionary can make you feel inferior.
Yeah.
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 Because it makes you feel like, oh, there's only one way.
Yeah.
There is no other way. It's the way that's written here. You know, but I think for me, a level...
Jingle bells.
Sorry. That's my shaking.
Oh.
You know, I'm sorry. Listen, I got a little bit. Listen.
What is
She
that?
got
these
jingle
socks
bell
on.
socks on.
And I shake my leg.
And she over there
forgot that I actually
just
shake my
saying,
leg.
Well, I thought we was petting
no.
I thought we was
It
petting a
sounded like
chihuahua,
a
bro. I
dog.
was
I'm
like,
about to say, yeah,
I was like,
jingle
I
bell.
forgot. I'm sorry.
I know y'all
Listen.
heard that in the mic.
It's a nervous thing.
Dog.
My bad.
Oh.
And then I
That
forgot
was
And she's
hilarious.
over there excited, like, "Ooh, I want another turn. Let me speak again. I love this conversation."
hey, that's
Jesus.
fire. I need a nervous too. I want one.
I'm so
like-
sorry.
I want one.
I ate like we was off the
Here we go.
But I think that, you know, I learned that I am an enhancer to a visionary.
Come on.
I can enhance anything.
Listen.
Come on.
Man, don't get me around a good visionary.
Listen.
I'll pop up with a whole bunch of stuff.
Because the enhancer is always needed. Now, I knew I was that.
Yeah.
I didn't think of myself as the builder. I've
okay.
never considered myself as a builder. Now, the Lord, even with this, our motto is creating safe spaces for influencers to decompress, have fun, and just ask. And I was asking the Lord one day, I was like, God, it seems like I'm trying to be an influencer and you want me to do this, you want me to show up here, and it's just not moving the way. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord was like, but I called you to influence the influencer. And so
That's good.
I said, okay, because you keep sending me to people, AKA Tabitha Brown. Right? Twice. You keep sending me to people like Britta Tabor, right? You might not know her, but she is phenomenal. Fire, okay?
Fuego.
You keep sending me to people like David Shands. You keep sending me to these great people. But I'm not he just say sleep. He said sleep is for suckers. He don't believe that no more.
Oh, he don't?
He don't.
Okay.
That's why he changed. That's why he changed his Instagram.
That's
page.
how far back I know,
Bruh.
like, about David.
Yeah,
Shands,
David
bro. Sleep is for suckers.
He goes to
Like,
bed. He is a little bit too old not to be sleeping. Okay, so he does not believe it anymore.
Get your sleep, people.
Yeah, please go to bed. Get you some rest. But no, so it correlates for me personally. Is that when the Lord was like, create this community, shout out to the Safe Space community. We love you guys. $19 a month on Patreon. We meet every Monday. Shameless plug.
Bam.
But when we were growing this thing, we were building this thing, literally, I didn't want to do it. For one, because of responsibility. Two, I was like, who am I to help? And who am I called to help? He says, you help the builder.
Ah, that's good.
But it's like, Lord, how can I help the builder and I don't build? Like that. So there was those kind of that type of dialogue. Like, God, how can I help somebody with finances and I'm in debt? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like something like that. But the Lord is also teaching me, I'm gracing you. If I'm calling you to these people, then obviously You have to be the example, and I'm going to make you the example in front of them. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Some of us are not prepared to be the example out loud.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Like,
That's
if we really think about it, we're not prepared to be the example, the living sacrifice, holy and acceptable
unto God.
Unto God, not man, because man would tell us we have to have it together. We have to build the block, but not for chosen people.
Yeah.
Chosen people, he gonna be like, oh no, I want you to do this out loud. I want you to fail out loud. I want you to break down out loud. I want you to demolish yourself out loud. I want to demolish the building. I want to uplift the building. I want you to do all these things in front of everybody. Yeah. And you're like, but God, now I feel crazy. Now are they really gonna believe what's going on? And so I don't want to miss this point though, because you're bringing up a lot of people. And one of my favorite lessons from you, when I tell you this lesson just...
I feel like Mr. Brown on that.
Who, me? Yeah. Who, me? Real bad. The biggest lesson I learned from you and that I'm taking with me in my building season is knowing the people, not only knowing the people I'm connected to, but having them in the right circumference.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Bruh,
yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Oh, man. I forgot about that.
Was it Darwin? What?
It's Dunbar.
Dunbar's
number.
Learn us something real quick, Coach JD.
All right. So, I like to study about the mind and all that good stuff because I like to see how relationships and psychology and different things work. So Dunbar's number is, Dunbar was a psychologist. I forgot his first name, but he came up with this number. And I think the number, don't quote me, but you can go look it up. I think it's like 150.
It's 150.
150. And it is in our mental capacity to recognize, like, physically and just like know people, like 150 people we can automatically recognize just from social media, the exposure of technology and how vast it is. We're very quick to, like, you probably, if we just sat here and grilled you could probably name off 150 people. If somebody read off 150 people, you would know what they look like. You would know what they do. The brain has, like, sort of adapted to that.
Yeah.
So where the danger comes in is that there is a level of circumference that only should, and I'm paraphrasing this whole thing just for time's sake, but there's only a select number that should have access to the most important thing in your life. And hear me on this, because if you understand this, you will understand so much about why sometimes you may fall into a depression or why you may feel this way about a person. It's only a select few, and that number is 5. Only 5 people should have access to the small circle of circumference, where in that circumference of a circle, there's a little dot. And that dot, you draw a line out to the side, and you can write out the need and feeling to belong. And so what happens is, because we're able to socially recognize 150 people, we want 150 people to accept us. I want 150 plus people to like me. And then you see other people who are adored by thousands, hundreds of thousands, 10,000, sometimes millions, the world. And you can recognize at least 150 of them, but you feel like they don't accept you.
Yeah.
And so in that lesson, what I've learned is that I have to really define the level of the 5 and be very careful about unveiling that small circumference, even though I recognize a bunch. I see a bunch. We live in a very, exposed world.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can't find out. There's nothing you won't see. But none of it has to do with my 5, because I don't have to care if they accept or feel a way about me if I know I'm getting a certain level of stability, like consistency, positivity, and there's one more I'm missing, but it's like 4 root things that you get from those 5. And when those 5 are able to supply that, it satiates your feeling to belong. So you don't carry too much the weight of not being accepted by the 150 that you can automatically recognize.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that was such an eye opener because we all need affirmation.
Yeah.
We all need that level of, acceptance. But there is a finite detail of how you have to protect your need and feeling to belong. Because that is the most sacred thing that you can carry with you as a person, because no one wants to leave this world feeling as if they did not matter, which means they will go to major extremes to make you notice them.
Yeah.
Or they will go to such depths of lack of self-worth that they will destroy or take their own life. So I think that there's a level of learning that I had to sort of develop because I love people. I love, I love joy. I love being around folks. And when it started to mess with my level of self-worth is when I had to start doing some more research of like, why are you such a people pleaser?
Yeah.
Why do you care so much about what they think? And truth be told is because I love joy. I love bringing happiness to others.
Yeah.
But also in doing, in growing and even doing research and finding out about Dunbar's number, it was understanding that, hey, that's because you're willing to give at least 150 people, hey, do I belong with y'all?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then I'm gonna make 150 people feel good.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
Yeah.
Because the moment they cut the lamp off, you in the dark.
Yeah.
But for me, I think that now I carry that candle very close.
Right.
As to make sure I protect it. And I would encourage anybody who's trying to build anything that the first thing you have to do is find out what that level of circumference looks like for you. And sometimes here's the shocker. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're not the ones that you grew up in the house with.
Yeah. That ain't that shocking.
Let's just start there.
It ain't that shocking.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. You just have to define it for you.
Yeah.
And I think because here's the thing, there's so many times we see in the world where people are taken out by the ones that were closest to them.
Yeah.
How? Because there were signs and different things that they were showing you, and you decided to leave them in your 5 instead of cast them to the 150. So for me, I'm learning even more, especially this year, 2026 for me. Like I said, my motto is do the work. And I think that for me, it helps protect a level because I still deep down want everyone to get their goals. And if there's any way I could help or want, I kind of, that's what I want.
Yeah.
But life doesn't do it that way. Life calls you this way sometimes, and you cannot go and stay with that person due to a level of false sense of loyalty or, well, they always been here, they always been this. And this is how you can know that your 5 is changing. I'll give you an example. Is when you start to talk about your dreams.
Yeah.
Or you start to hang around visionaries and you start to kind of move like you have vision, like you have purpose, and you start to really like put something together and they start to ridicule what you're building. They start to joke on the dream. They start to, cast down the vision.
Yeah.
And at some point, you can just laugh with them, or you can understand that now there has to be a separation.
Yeah.
Or you can choose to, like the Bible says, how can two walk together except they agree?
They agree.
And I think for me, because I was a dreamer, I was always trying to evolve. And it caused me to sort of lose a lot of those that when we were here, yes, that was my dream.
Yeah.
And you were the visionary of that. And I enhanced it, and we were great. And that was great. But before Dunbar's number, I didn't even know that as I evolved, I kept trying to jump back and go back and get this relationship. And a lot of us sometimes end up in cycles, not because God isn't giving us visions, because we are hop skipping and jumping back to get back to the connection of where we felt good about that connection of the dream and the friend that we talked about and the times we had. And that's some of the toughest things, man. And some of the toughest thing is to leave a person when you make sometimes those lifelong connections and you're like, yo, you done cry with that person. You done been there. They done been there for you. But it's time.
It is time.
And what's crazy is you can keep missing time and miss your time. And I think for me, it's a level of maturity that comes with not reacting out of your emotions.
Yeah.
It's real easy to stay in your emotions about the relationship, that you will literally sit on a vision. You will cast down the dream, and you won't build anything for the sake of the emotion that you can't take because of a separation. But there's a scripture that comes to mind that the Bible says, he who is in Christ is a new creature.
Yeah.
And all the old things are passed away and everything becomes new. And I feel like the more we give ourselves to Christ, the more he enhances our vision. And the more he enhances our vision, the more the old relationships become old.
Come on.
The old ways of doing things become
They
old.
become old.
The old cycles of how you handle things become old. And that's kind of why I think I'm more so now. I've always been a very jokester type of, like, I'm gonna make everybody laugh and different things. So for me, I think it's been a hard shift for me to just commit to doing the work. And that's because I feel like there's a level of evolution that comes with what comes next for what God wants for me. Mm-hmm. And it's my job to not lose all the charisma or the natural way that I am, but to find a balance in it that I can become. What if this season is causing me to be 75% builder? I told you in the beginning, 25 was, hey, you dream a little too much, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you dreaming. Hey, whoa.
Yeah.
Hey. You know? And I think that for me, 25, as many wins as I've had, just throughout life, I've had so many different sort of lessons. I'm not going to say losses. I like to say lessons. I've had so many lessons that look like losses. But now where I am today, I believe that there's another unveiling of almost like a cocoon, and whatever phase is coming that's next, that causes me to have to make sure I guard my 5.
Yeah.
I don't care too much about the 150.
Yeah.
I don't give too much into what is comfortable for me for dreaming. But I may have to give more to the vision, give more to being the builder. And that's okay too.
Yeah.
Because you're, like I said earlier, you're not just defined when you are born as, all right, visionary, dreamer. I make that one a builder. Like, it doesn't matter. You can literally become whatever, because the Bible says, I can do what? All things.
All of them.
Through Christ. That's
Yeah.
the key. Mm-hmm. Through Christ who strengthens me. And I feel like when we carry and we start to do things through our own strength, that's when we start to lose the level of how we start to get the evolution of what comes next, because now we're just doing whatever we feel like.
Yeah.
And I think so I've been there before. So now it's like, yo, stay all the way around the 5, do the work, and now become what is calling you to the next level.
Yeah.
Versus what's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where my focus has been and where it will be from, this point out.
Yeah. When I tell you that was a pivotal moment for me in 2025. I had, they know my business. Not as deeply as you know it, but they know. You know details. Facts.
That's my real homie. You know what I'm saying? That's the real homie.
So we know the relationship that I, removed myself from, and that I had put him in the 5. And when I removed him, not knowing this concept, hearing that gave me language.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't hear a builder build until I was removed. I had removed him from my 5.
Oh, wow.
That was blocking my hearing for my next.
Yeah.
And it's no shame, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
However, I feel like if I didn't, I would have continued to feel bad.
Yeah.
If
Carry the guilt.
Like feeling very guilty, because people be making you trying to feel guilty because you growing, but that's a whole nother.
I almost headbutted this mic, but I didn't know how much. I didn't know how much it cost, so I was.
Listen,
bro,
it's money spent at BGTV. Okay, money was spent at BGTV.
No, I was just kidding.
But I didn't know that the language would free me from the guilt.
Wow.
of the responsibility of holding somebody that didn't belong in my 5.
That's a blessing, man.
Yeah, so that lesson,
That's a blessing.
I be evaluating my 5 all the time.
That's
now.
crazy. You know why? Because I don't sometimes I don't feel. I think that's what makes God so amazing, because like when you get to a certain place, you understand that it's not you.
Yeah.
And the knowledge or whatever, but in whatever God gives you in that moment, you may not understand it, but it's our job to release it, because you never know who it's for.
Yeah.
And it actually grows you, because there's a level of not even sure how this works. And but it's a blessing to hear that. I'm glad that happened for you, because I think that's what a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah.
I struggle with it for
Desiree,
a long
the camera.
time. I definitely struggle with it for a long time.
She was over there dreaming.
I was looking dead at you.
She's over there dreaming, and I know the audience is like, but he's talking. You two are like, he's talking. I can't see him. And I done looked over there like, bro, are you going?
My bad.
She over there dreaming.
I was.
No. It's no, but seriously,
Y'all know what it is.
It gets murky, man, when you start to really have to start. You got to replace your 5.
Yeah.
That junk is hurt. It hurts.
It almost like the NBA. Like, so folks lose contracts all the time,
buddy,
or they retire,
buddy. Oh, you retire, or I go ahead and force you into retirement. You just kept cutting up on the team.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that you have to look at. If you can, because here's the thing, like, once you condense it down to at least 5, you're able to kind of see a little bit more clearly what affects you outside of like mass hysteria.
Yeah.
Fame, fortune, money, like popularity. These are the things that people want, and me being one of them. I always wanted, when I was coming up, I want to be famous one day. I want to do this. And so much I wanted in the world, but I think that came from mass hysteria. And what I mean by that mass hysteria is like, it came from the masses being like, if everyone knows you, then you're somebody.
Yeah.
If everyone likes you, then you're somebody. If you can do this and everybody claps, then you're somebody. So I think that for me, it's been a level of understanding the fundamental action of less is more.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Less is definitely more when it comes to matters of the heart.
Yeah.
Because if too many people have access to your heart, there's a scripture that I love, and I think that it's amazing, because I've not executed and I have executed it, and I've seen the results of not doing it and executing it, which is guard your heart above all. Like, guard your heart with due diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. Above all, guard your heart with due diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life. And when you look at due diligence in the world, it's a very strict and critiquing, like long, sometimes excruciating process, because they really go through a lot, right? And I think we let too many people pass that due diligence process, and we let them judge our process based off. I mean, you acting like I'm trying to do, and you acting like I'm doing due diligence. I can't just let you into my heart, because the Bible says that the heart of man is deceitfully wicked. Who knows it but God?
Who knows it but God?
And I think that when you start to look at that, you don't walk around being apprehensive of relationships, or you're not open to relationships, but you're very careful about the ones you connect your heart with.
Yeah.
Because that's, I think, as Desiree was saying, it's very important when you understand who you are. When, like I said, we talked about the big 3 today. Visionary, builder, dreamer. When you start to really understand the gift that God has given you in each one, whether you're all 3, whether you're one singularly, or you're 2, or whatever the case may be, you start to understand the power of connection and how that can move a thing forward in a level of a pace where it's like, wow. And I think that that's what the great ones do, even sometimes outside of God.
Yeah.
Like, they look for, okay, who can do this extremely well? I do this extremely well. Who can do this extremely well? I'm not even going to worry about this part. I'm going to just go ahead and delegate that there. And they do it based off of the strength of that person, or how that person operates and moves.
Yeah.
And I think when we're talking about, like you said, 26 a year to build it, right? When you're talking about building something in this year, be very particular about in whom you build it with and what they're bringing. Not like beating them over the head with it as if like you ain't, like, why you ain't do this? But it's more so, all right, I trust you with that because we need both of these wheels to keep rolling. And I'm only 50% here, or I'm only 75% here, but I know you got 100 over here.
Yeah.
And I think that if you want to be successful in building something, the greatest thing you can have starting out is that level of patience, understanding that it's going to take time. And being understanding of that puts you in a level to where you're not in comparison to what else is being erected beside you and what else is happening here and what the 150 are doing, because I'm only connected to like these five. Right?
I think this was, all of this was needed. And I knew, I heard the Lord tell me, hey, you got to have Coach JD for the first one. Desiree, I'd love to hear your thoughts before we wind down, because our BGTV brother is out here like, when y'all gonna get done?
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
No, this is very good. I just keep hearing the Lord build, and I think it's just important. I think as this is the beginning of the year, is that you really seek the Lord on where do you fall in these three, because if you're going to be building, you have to make sure you're building in the right spaces with the right people the right way, because language matters, you know what I'm saying? So when you understand who you are and what you're called to do, I'm a builder, right? I'm okay with that, so let me build, you know what I'm saying? If you're a visionary, be okay with that. Write the vision, make it clear, make it plain, so that they can run with it. I'm they. You know what I'm saying? I'm they. I need the instructions. So this was so good. Thank you, Coach JD, for coming in and just gracing us with this wisdom, man. It's always like, whew, that's what I'm saying. That's why I got caught up. I was over here. I was just like,
I mean, she like, this
is so good.
I'm like, bruh, she forgot that she was producing.
I did.
Like, and I'm seeing my face, and I was like, I be trying not to have real moments, but they already know. Like, I'm just gonna say what needs to be said.
I know.
Jingle bell.
Jingle bell. I gotta find out what these socks are.
Yeah,
They
she
shoes,
is.
bro?
They socks.
They're socks.
They're elf socks.
That's
Man,
lit,
so I know we've talked about several things, all in the concept of building and making sure we have the right relational circumference for building. But if they didn't hear it, I know you're a prophet. So I don't know if you came in here with a word, or if you just want to land the plane and make sure they heard something that you said. The floor is yours. You speak to that camera right there.
I would like to say this, and I say it all the time, and I think sometimes I forget it, but as this year is upon us, I want to encourage you with this statement. I can't actually remember when I heard it, but I hope that it speaks to you. We all have our own journey, and right now you're on your journey. But I'm telling you this: who you become on your way to achieving the goal during your journey is far more important than achieving the goal itself. I'm gonna let that sit.
Yeah.
Who you become on your way to achieving your goals while you are on your journey is far more important than attaining the dream and the goal itself. What profiteth a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Don't lose your soul for the things that you're trying to work for. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride, and become the best internal person that you can be, that God can be proud of, so that the blessings of the Lord will make you mega rich, but it won't bring no sorrow. That's it.
Amen. Y'all, this is, I hope you've gotten your first word of the year.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Over here at Jess Ask, we are focused on build, okay? And if you want to journey with us, I want to take this opportunity to invite you to the safe space. The link is in the bio, the information below. $19 a month. Like, you do that in food, Starbucks, fuel. Some of y'all need to stay at home and focus on building. Just a gag. If you want to be around some builders this season, I want to invite you to that space. We're meeting every Monday via Zoom, but we have a family chat on Patreon. It's been phenomenal, okay? But I also want you to know that people like Coach JD Fomby are accessible to the community like that, right? So Dr. D Fomby has already talked to us. I know, I'm pretty sure if I call him and say, hey, the Lord put you on my heart, that's gonna be the people that I'm gonna bring him to, right? And so I'm pulling him in before I know I already got a yes because I'm family, right? I know I got a yes. I just got to have the right time. So if you're on this journey of building, if you need community, the Safe Space is a great community for you. But Coach JD, I want to say thank you so much. It's just been an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to be part of your story, for you to be a part of my story, to see you grow. You have seen me grow, and
crazy.
Real bad. Like
That's
you
wild.
know the ugliest parts of me,
Yeah.
and you still you've given me a yes because you've reached for the God in me, and I'm thankful.
Oh, man.
I'm so grateful. And so we love you guys, Desiree.
Love you, girl.
We're about to have a great building year.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. You guys, until next time, until next week, remember, life could be much more simple if you just ask.
What's up, you guys? We hope you've enjoyed that conversation, but make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification so you don't miss an episode. We'll see you next Thursday.